And welcome back again, boys, girls, ladies, and gentlemen. You are with the pack.
Yes.
And this is Justin, Rob, and Bob. We're with the pack and remind you something. Try TV, baby. We the real youth and nothing but.
Hey, we're trying.
Give it a try.
How's everybody doing this day today? Beautiful day.
Not gonna lie, doing great. Doing great. Wasn't expecting it to go this way, but here it is.
Here it is. Here we are. We in the moment. We living now, baby.
Yes, sir.
I feel sexy.
Sexy, baby.
Fresh like a laundry detergent fucking dryer sheet.
Yeah.
Feeling like a tortellini straight out the oven, baby.
Damn. Shout out to Tortellini.
Shout out.
Throw some cheddar on that.
Damn, and some pasta fazool.
Yaga. Here it is.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Well, hey, I want to start it off on my end by saying, Rob, thank you for inviting me here today. I really appreciate you wanting to chime in with me, see what I'm about to put down. You know, it's great, man. It's a great experience. Like,
Lay it down, pipe them bitches.
yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, you know, I never would have thought I'd be here right now doing something like this, being on a mic, having my voice come through, and be able to vocalize my thoughts and my state of mind. So, thank you, sir. Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you. Oh, and Bob. It's good to see you too, man. Shit.
Thanks for coming in tonight.
Hey, you know,
Yes, sir.
it's
Yes, sir.
it's awesome. Thank you. Thank you.
It's incredible. It's just a good experience, you know.
It is.
Being able to sit down and, you know, just conversate. You know, one of the
Conversate.
things that people are losing these days, you know what I mean? Like, you can text and all that, but to be face to face, you know,
And vibe out.
and just vibe out and involve yourselves in the same energy, you know.
Yep.
You can't feel the energy of somebody that's miles and miles away.
No, for real. And I mean, like, social media has kind of done that to where it's like we're all talking from a distance. We ain't talking about being right here, right now.
Right.
So-
Right. And even a FaceTime. I mean, you can see expressions. You know, you can involve yourself in their space, but you won't be able to actually feel what they're talking about, or, you know, you can only just be
Present,
essentially,
Kinda.
virtually.
virtually in a virtual experience, but like on a different plane. Yeah.
That ass, you know, and you know, it's happy though. You know, it's good. You know, I use technology and virtual expression with like my grandmother. You know what I mean? She's locked up
Connecting.
in a fucking retirement home right now, and
Yikers.
can't even see her because of COVID.
Ooh,
You know what I
really,
mean?
bro?
I haven't seen my own grandmother in like a year and some change.
Wow.
You know? And it hurts. You know what I mean? Because you know,
Yeah,
and
for real.
it you know, it sucks. You know.
Well, yeah, I
Knowing
mean,
that
your
they're-
loved ones are your loved ones, man.
Yeah,
and,
you know.
and they're a substantial part of who you are as a person. So it's like not
Right.
being able to connect with that person
Right.
on a real personal level is definitely demeaning, like detrimental.
And it's
you
the
know?
same thing like without the expression and the energy, you know, because like as much as I would, you know, like to, you know, just obviously that,
Give
you know,
a
there's-
hug or
right, you know, but it's more so, you know, like me being there for her, you know what I mean?
yeah.
You know, because she needs energy as well, you know, because that's what, you know, the old timers, you know, they thrive off of that. you know?
they feed
Hence
feed
big
off of
families, you know what I mean?
Yep.
They always wanted, they need that, you know, and you know, it's just, you know, it is what it is.
So
COVID
shit,
sucks.
COVID, yeah, exactly.
COVID sucks.
COVID has been a very
Yeah.
interesting experience for everybody, no matter what like point in time you're at.
One
in
like
life
no
or-
other, man.
Yeah, that's for real.
You know?
Especially for us being, you know, part of this generation that we are in. Like, just COVID has like presented so many twists and turns, and like and put into perspective like where we're really all at with each other, and like what's really going on in the world, and where you stand for yourself. Like, for instance, I mean, I was cooking for 7 years straight, and let me tell you, when COVID hit, boom, I was out of job immediately. There was no ifs, ands, and buts, because I wasn't essential. What was I doing? I was cooking for people that had extra money to go out and enjoy themselves.
Right.
It wasn't about like, oh, I got to make sure that, you know, like a supermarket, for instance, that these people have food. You know what I mean? It wasn't like that. Everybody can cook. Everybody can cook at home.
Right.
But being able to go out and eat, you know what I mean? You're not needed for that. Like, I definitely felt that. Like, there's like, for some people, it's been beneficial. At the same time, though, for like people that weren't making a specific amount of income. You know what I mean? Like, for instance, with me, like, I was able to put myself in the position to where, like, I was able to rebuttal off of things that I was not able to because of the way they were financially helping me. So that was cool. But I mean, essentially, like, for different aspects of it, like, I wasn't able to go and socialize and monitorize certain aspects about myself that I would have done on a normal basis, being able to go to work and relieve certain pressures off myself. So, COVID, go the fuck away, please.
Dead ass.
Yeah, but you know what? The most important part is about this whole thing that is going on that's really kind of bringing us down and taking food away from people's plates that they need to feed their children. What it really comes down to is how we overcome this.
Yes.
And the actions that we take to overcome it.
Yep.
The best thing is that we're all doing it together.
Yes. Yeah.
As isolated and as alone we are in our own homes, everybody's going through the same problem.
And it's cool that you're speaking on that, man, because like it's weird how it all came about and it just hit us randomly, but like we low key prepared for like this coming about with technology. You know what I mean? To where like we have being able to have virtual conversations with people.
So did it really just come about?
I mean, shit.
Conspiracies, baby.
Hey, was this planned? Was it none? Who knows?
I mean, I look at it like this, man. I think just my opinion, my perspective.
Yeah, no, I mean that's what that's why we're here.
So all the accusations, the finger pointing goes right back to it goes back to China.
Yep. China, what are you doing?
Look at the society within their society. They've been wearing masks.
They've been wearing masks
2000s.
For a minute.
And they say, this is my opinion. Don't quote me on it. They said it was because of the pollution and the toxins or the poisons in their air or whatever. Now
is why they were originally doing it. You're saying,
and that's with
the mask.
So look at it like a Los Angeles. You see all the smog in that city.
Yep.
It's like a dense fog, but it's not. It's what was it? Carbon monoxide and all that, right? From the cars and all that, and the buildings.
The
carbon
emissions,
monoxide.
emissions from
right. And I mean, when you look at it, I mean, what's the capital of China?
Beijing.
Beijing.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's
I
Beijing.
think so.
Yeah, and they had
so.
5. I've just recently learned they had 5 nuclear and manufacturing plants all within the same vicinity
That's
around.
scary.
And when
Scary.
and when coronavirus shut down, like when coronavirus shut those things down, they were finally able to see the stars at night. That's how
Christ.
polluted it was.
And that's what was crazy. That's what's weird about the coronavirus, where it's like you're getting the conspiracy theory of whether or not it was like, did somebody implement this and then now we're dealing with it and this is where we're at, or was it a natural occurrence that came along? And we can get into the philosophy of it.
Falafels. Shout out to falafels.
Falafel.
But I mean, like, so essentially, like, was this Mother Earth being like, hey, like, we need to take a break and like really look at like what's going on here, or was it the fact that the government or whatever it could be, who knows, trying to be like, hey, this is something we're trying to implement, So I've thought about that several times. I'm like, is this something that just randomly occurred, or is it something that they were trying to install in what's going on in life at this current time?
I mean, many speculations, I mean, it could go from all the way to an actual science, all the way to a religious standpoint, because there's a lot of speculation as well with religious people that are saying it's the second coming of Jesus. How I look at that, don't also quote me on this, but, if I can put logic into it, I think it's just devastation, a natural occurrence.
I think you're
they
right.
just labeled it as something as an entity like God, or as a powerful entity of Jesus.
Well, I feel like most people want to do that. You know what I mean? They want to give a rhyme or reason behind why something's happening to make them feel better. Yeah, exactly.
It's
to make
comfort,
them feel better.
So that brings me to a question of what won't we save, but what will we save?
Ooh, I like that. Bob?
History. That's one of the biggest things that humans, because we're not leaving this planet. I don't believe anytime soon.
Nah.
As a mass culture, you know what I mean?
Not within our generation.
Unless an asteroid.
It wouldn't even matter because all that work that even like Elon Musk, you know what I'm saying? I mean, congratulations to him sending his first rocket up, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, if something like that comes, if something like that, that's what the engine sounds like. All that work, you know what I mean? Yeah, it's prosperous.
Trash!
You know? It also would be nothing. It's going to be nothing if something like that happens. It's going to be trash. It'll turn into trash, turn into fucking fossil fuels of the earth.
If everybody allows it to turn into trash, I mean, we have a lot of individuals who are really trying to put like work into being here on this planet and make a difference. You know what I mean? It's just about the people that really just don't give a fuck, that don't care about like what we're moving towards. That's always been one of my like things that has bugged me about life. That's a large part of why I am who I am, is the fact that like I just feel like as a culture, as a planet, and just straight up, we're not caring about the things that really matter. We're not, you know what I mean? Like this pandemic hitting, like what were the variables that were really coming into play, and like what were people really focusing on? Like we ran out of the toilet paper when we started going through this pandemic because everybody's worrying about wiping their asses. Like, come on now.
When they can go in the shower and wash their ass.
Like, I mean, if a pandemic's hitting, like
with a washcloth,
with a washcloth, your fucking hand, whatever you got to do,
hand with soap on it.
Yeah, like
if you ran out of washcloths, you know what I'm saying? Shit, or your shit's in the washer or the dryer, you got to wait for that shit.
Yeah,
I ain't waiting to take a shower because my washing machine wants to take its fucking time.
But what worries me, is that people are more concerned about wiping their ass because they got too much shit in their lives, rather than caring about like, okay, is my family fed? Like that was weird, dude. Like seeing that, like when it hit in March of 2020, watching toilet paper leave the shelves, but not food and shit like that. I was just like, wait, what's going on? Like, is that really how people are like? That's your main concern, is making sure you can wipe your ass rather than fucking, making sure your family's fed. Like, whoa, hold up. That's crazy. That's crazy. Like the canned food aisle, for instance, stocked up. Like I would have, like the first thing that I would have thought is like, okay, and this is what I did personally. I went and stocked up off of things that I knew that would last a long time.
Canned food,
canned food, and like pastas, man. Like I was just boom. I had a closet or a closet. I had my closet full of fucking
pantry.
Yeah, my pantry was full of fucking pastas and canned foods because I know that's just gonna last me a long time, you know. But then it's crazy. It's crazy how people think nowadays. I think too many people are taking what we got and what we've been blessed with to granted. Honestly, we're living on such a beautiful planet, and like, why are we not appreciating like all the things that we should?
Because we revolutionized it to make ourselves believe that. Yeah, it's our planet. Well, that's it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you got your trees, you got the birds, you got the fucking mountains, you got the grass, you got the plains, you got. So I think when people finalize and cap that mentality, then what more can we have?
Well, I think exactly what you said right there.
More. You know,
is that people got so caught up in the concept of we are intelligent enough now to where we can continue to prosper. That like like, why do I have to worry about this, that, or the third when we're just going to continue to be more and gain more? And like, I feel like it breaks down to being like selfish now, to where we've all gotten so used to like what is readily available to us and what we can obtain out of our day, you know, our lives in general. You know what I mean? Like, hey, I want a burger. Boom, I'm gonna go get a burger. You know, so it's just like, come on, people, come on.
I think it established literal independence.
Yeah, it definitely did. It put a lot of perspective into that for sure.
You know, nobody, and it's really foul because they're within all the mist. I think coronavirus the reason I think coronavirus is a perk is because it does bring everybody back together, you know, and it makes people's hearts. It made people's hearts change.
Yeah,
you know. Also, look at how much separation it really did make
through
politics.
Right. Oh, of course. But I mean, politics is a roll and dice game. I mean, politics can change tomorrow.
I'm not really into politics.
They can initiate bills. Just as fast as they can initiate laws, that's about as fast as it's changing, you know? It's like science, you know what I mean? Scientists and all that, you know what I mean? And technology, how much it's changing. You know what I mean? And how
It's
rapid.
it's always
you know?
it's always progressing at a faster rate than it did originally. That's what's scary about it, and that's why you'll find the skeptics that are like, oh whoa, eventually we're gonna be taken over by robots, and it's like before when I was younger I was like okay, but like now that I've seen like there's literally videos of robots that can like freely think about what they're doing with themselves now. That's something to really sit there and think about.
Want to know what I think about with robots?
What do you think about it? Let me hear about it.
I think they're making it to they're making it well when you look at everything, like even with technology, everything that's technological has a brain, hard drive. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
You look at the wires. You know what I mean? Those are like our nervous system. You know what I mean? So it attaches to the legs and the arms. So I think they're making humanoid robots because I was watching this Altered Planet or some shit like that on Netflix, or whatever it is. And,
Have it indulged.
And they go into like a Type 3 civilization. And
Type 3, I haven't.
So there's
never
like
heard
Type
that.
1, Type 2, Type 3. So like a Type 3 civilization is like a masterful civilization.
Okay, like top tier.
Like there's just infinite knowledge.
Oh wow.
So they're pretty much like their own robots, and they are robots.
Yeah.
I would say. It started out
So it's
as
like true artificial intelligence.
literal.
Yeah.
And I was watching it, and it's just somebody's theory on it, but it was like it goes to the technology of harnessing energy. It's all about energy. You know what I mean? Everything in this room is practically energy.
Pure energy.
And,
us three together is just straight
Right.
pure energy.
So, but they've like a Type 3 civilization or even a Type 2 are able to harness the energy of their stars in their universe or in their solar
I
system.
love hearing that, dude.
You know what I mean?
I love hearing that.
Like they're able to literally contract it and focus it on a focal point. It's kind of like how I see Egypt and the pyramids. I think what was the top made out of? Copper?
Was it really?
The top of the pyramid?
The top of it, I know that it was made of limestone.
No, not the actual pyramid.
yeah.
There was the top of it was I'm gonna look it up. I think it was copper.
Oh wait, hold on. I got the computer right here.
So I think it was copper.
Okay.
But basically, I mean, nobody would ever be able to tell because it was fucking 4,000 years ago.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
yeah.
And they erased all the history out of it, through time and through dominations and invasions and shit. But they were on a path to harnessing energy, and I believe they did. In my opinion,
They probably did.
but I believe also is they weren't advanced enough to do it. You know what I mean? They didn't have the right material. They didn't have like metals. You know what I'm saying? Like iron and
Or
steel.
they weren't
have.
able to like not finalize.
Like control it.
Yes, yeah, exactly. To the point to where imagine in a world technologically like advance it to such a point to where it would have been with the knowledge that they did have, really bring them to a substantial like.
We would have been way more advanced than we are today.
Oh man,
If they did it 4,000 years ago,
at the same time though, like if it wasn't for the breakthroughs that they did with themselves, like would we really be at the technological point that we're at? You know what I mean?
well, it's all set through time.
Yeah.
I mean, we had like look at it in just the last 120 years, or even 130, or even 200. You know what I mean? There's been so many trials and errors, but
Some groundbreaking.
yeah, but behind those trials and errors were fucking bright ass people, man.
Yeah.
But they had nothing else to do but to think about the things that they were doing.
Yep.
They didn't have obstructions. They didn't have things that were intervening with their mind. And they didn't have problems over here or problems over there. And you know what I mean? They had, probably literally just themselves in a small room. And they were just like, And they had just time to think.
Yeah.
Now today, I mean,
We got nothing but distractions.
yeah, we got to go to work, right? Now we got to go fucking pay these bills. Now, oh shit, my car broke down. I got to fix a car. Oh shit, now, now somebody's coming after me. Da, 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 this, that, and that. And then there's just so many things on your mind that only somebody that's carefree living,
Yeah.
people that own these businesses and these companies, are pretty much like the people that are behind all these mastermindful schemes because they have nothing but time to think about it.
Yeah. They don't
They
got to
only have
focus on
one
living.
thing.
They don't got to focus on living.
Right.
They're living already.
They focus on the one thing, their job, their business. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Like they don't. So you get a millionaire, right? or even a billionaire, their car breaks down. What do? They bring it to a shop?
It's fixed.
No. They buy a new car.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
They'll buy a brand new car so they don't have to worry about it for another 5-10 years.
Yeah.
And then they'll go buy another one. Then they'll go buy another one. Oh, something goes wrong in their house. Oh, we'll just buy a new one. That also comes with, you know, they don't need really anything or anybody. You know what I mean? They can just buy a new one. You know what I mean? And just and pay the guy. Literally, they'd be like, all right, yeah, go ahead and go fix it. And the next thing they know, they got this guy coming into their house, and they're like, well, wait, I'm missing something now. Trash! And it is their trash, because the motherfucker, you can go through a rich-ass person's fucking trash and find something of value, I guarantee you it.
That's a fact.
You know what I mean?
One man's trash is another man's treasure, baby.
Exactly, man. You know what I mean? And
But what I was looking at, what you were talking about earlier,
the pyramids?
is that what they did for the Great Pyramid alone,
Right.
is that they used it says, unlike the core, the outer casing had to be perfect. This demanded a higher quality of fine limestone. So it is limestone, but it's one of the stronger core elements of limestone. So it wasn't copper
that was
or
the
any
tip?
kind of metal. Yes,
that was a tip.
Yep.
All right. Well, anyways, it being just a focal point, you know what I mean?
Like, why was it that type of focal point? Like,
And why was it that kind of material?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
People were speculating, you know, there's also a geographical location purpose to it. You know what I mean? Like it's I think it's like right on the equator or something like that.
Yep.
It lies right on the equator.
Almost.
Yeah, like a couple of decimals off or whatever.
Yep.
But you know, they were also, you know, speculating that, you know, it would conduct energy and lightning strikes would come. Kind of like how the Empire State Building, you know,
Right.
strikes come down, and I'm not saying it gives you energy, but
I mean,
you know.
shit. If they were to materialize some type of equipment to take it in, like that would charge up, you know, something crazy. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm also thinking is, you know, it had Rap throwing gang signs.
We ain't gang
But
here.
that's what I'm, you know, because it's like metals and steel. You know what I mean? What did that come with, the Carnegie fucking, you know, Carnegie steel and all that, or you know, whoever created
I
steel?
have nothing to. I have no knowledge.
knowledge.
I think it was,
No knowledge
it was
upon it.
Andrew Carnegie, right?
You're asking also the wrong individual.
Who created steel? Andrew Carnegie.
Andrew Carnegie.
I think
Honestly, with your confidence level on it being that individual, I think you're probably right.
I think it might be.
But before we move away from the pyramids, like from what I understood, it had an astrological
Focal point.
as well. Like it had to do with like the alignment of the stars and like how they could like graph out like when, you know, times or seasons would come around. So
Possibly, yeah.
I mean, like I'm pretty sure like
Andrew Carnegie, yeah.
the three was it was him.
Yeah.
It was
keep,
him.
well, but keep going on what you're saying. We'll get to that.
So essentially, like it was to be able to map out things, or like at least the significance behind those pyramids being where they were, was to be able to you know, correlate with them. You know what I mean? And that had a certain amount of significance to it. I don't have that much knowledge on exactly why, but
So ultimately, it came down to like their beliefs.
yeah, you're right, exactly. Like
Right,
with
right.
everything else, you know.
Kind of like how the Greeks incorporated the stars with like their gods. and,
Yeah,
like, you
yeah,
know,
for sure. I mean, I've always been interested in that topic, you know, and just like, you know, like for instance, me being a Scorpio, you know, watching how influential that sign and the time of year like actually influences me on a daily day-to-day basis. Like it's very cool to see, and how it does correlate and how it doesn't correlate with me at times, you know, because I'm my own individual.
You never know. Who knows, man? I mean, maybe the alignment. Because like they said, the alignment of the planets. I mean, I can get that. You know what I mean? Because those are massive, just massive objects.
Yeah.
That actually, they have gravitational pulls, and it could, like, even look at the moon, as small as it is towards our planet. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
You know it. So actually, I found out the moon has nothing to do with our tides. I found
Really?
out from
Is that true?
So I found out from the from that black physicist. What's his name? He's got the mustache.
Oh, dude, I know who you're talking
I
about.
can't remember his name, but he actually said that, you know, the world has like a
You're talking
bulge.
Neil deGrasse.
Yeah, Neil deGrasse.
Yep. Neil
Yeah,
deGrasse
deGrasse.
Tyson. Yep.
So he
Shout out
said-
to him.
Yeah, shout out. Yeah, oh, dude, if we had him in there too, that'd be sick. But he said that
One day,
it
one
actually
day.
bulges out on each side, so the water, you know, it keeps, and every time the world moves and rotates, it
like
goes
almost
the
like
water.
bounces off.
Yeah, and it
to-
hits that,
okay.
and it just keeps moving. You know what I mean? So he said the moon has really no effect on. So ultimately, the fuck is the moon? You know what I'm saying?
is the fucking
moon? Where did it come from?
Yeah.
I mean, it could have
shit.
came from the first asteroid and all that fucking dust that got emitted into space got caught, but even that dust would fucking.
So, like, what
make
you're
the
saying
Earth
is,
back.
like-
It looks like a giant fucking meteor.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
You know
So
what I mean?
I was about to speak on. So do you feel like the moon kind of was just like cruising, and then like it just kind of got stuck there? Is that
It might be light enough to where the Earth could just snatch it out of its orbit.
It took its
and just-
orbit.
and took its orbit because it was probably
And it was like,
flying
nah,
around.
you're part of
you know
this
what I
now.
mean? Like
Yep.
it was flying around the sun, doing its thing, and
Yeah.
flying around the planets and shit. And then
Yeah.
you look at Earth's gravitational pull. I mean, just a planet's gravitational pull. Because what is it?
Our magnetic field.
Who is it? Saturn that has 2 moons? Or
I think
Jupiter
you're right.
has 2 moons,
moons, right.
And Saturn, I believe, does have like 3 or 4 moons.
Right. So, I mean,
a
it
lot of
could
planets
be-
have many moons.
it could be. It was just like a perfect time. I mean, even look at this meteor that they're saying that's supposed to be coming in the next couple of years.
I've said that over a lot of years now.
They said that
yeah.
last year we were supposed to get hit with a meteor.
And they
Right,
said that
right.
several years before. That's what I was, speaking
Right.
on. Is like they're constantly
2012, we were supposed to all
Yeah,
die.
yeah.
I mean, you never know. I mean, that meteor could also have hit something else and altered its path. You know what I mean? Like,
Maybe Russia's the one that's gonna direct it towards us. They ain't
Suck
gonna
that
start
shit
no
in.
war. They're just gonna demolish.
the
Yeah, but
planet.
they wouldn't even have
Imagine
to-
if that was their goal. They were like, "Fuck
Yeah.
it, we don't like you, but we're gonna
Yeah, but
just
they-
take everything out."
We
now."
do not give a. Oh man, so much good content went to waste, man. We had some technical difficulties, and I'm really sorry about that. But I promise there will be no more. I also wanted to correct myself and say that Bob was also right when he said that there was metals at the top of the pyramids, and the metals were gold and electrum atop of the pyramids. So then they built white limestone from across the Nile that covered the entire pyramid. Also, in correction of myself, I said 2 moons were around Jupiter. I actually meant to say more than 20. So that was my bad. But I hope you enjoyed the episode, and stay tuned for many more. This is just and only the beginning. So please throw a like, throw a subscribe, even throw a comment right down in the box below if you'd like to. And I appreciate every single one of you, and I love you all to death. With all that, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, or even good night. Ahoo! Thank you for tuning in with the pack. And remember, this is Try TV, baby. And I will see you on the next segment. Stay tuned.